Welcome to Epiphany Lutheran Church in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Kevin Barger, the Director of Music Ministry, and this is our Music Minute. Thank you for joining us. This is where we take a look at our hymns for tomorrow that we'll be using in worship. We're going to start with the gathering hymn, not the prelude, but the gathering hymn that is, "What is this place?" This is a Dutch text, and the text seeks to illustrate how the body of Christ meets as God's free redeeming word. And it does that in a number of ways. It looks at broken and shared bread at Eucharist. It looks at seeking justice, and it looks at seeking peace in the world. The composer was actually a lawyer, believe it or not, and a poet, and, ready, you sitting down for this one? He was a sheriff. So he was multi-talented for sure. And the text, the author was quite engaged in social justice, as you might have guessed, being a lawyer and a sheriff, and he had actually published collections of poetry that addressed that justice and the need for justice. So this is "What is this place?" Big grand entrance. Then we'll move to a little more subdued, and the hymn of the day is "Lord, whose love in humble service." And this was actually commissioned or came about from the Department of Social Welfare of the National Council of Churches in the United States of America. Say that 3 times fast, even 1 time fast. Invited the Hymn Society of America to seek out new hymns on social welfare for a conference in 1961. They received over 200 submissions for this work that they were doing, and this particular hymn, Beach Spring, was well, actually it was the text, not the hymn, was printed along with 6 others. And the actual tune that we sing today, it was originally thought to have gone with Hifredal, which is another one that you'll know, and we're going to actually sing that tune next week. Bum bum ba da da dum dum da 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 dum ba dum. That's the Hifredal tune. So that was the original. This Beach Spring came out later, and it was named for a church in Georgia. It was Beach Spring Baptist Church in Harris County, Georgia. And this actually was chosen as the conference hymn for that conference. So we're going to move to the piano. This is a little jazz version of Lord Whose Love in Humble Service. Some wonderful chords in there. And last but not least, we are going to move to How Firm a Foundation. That will be our sending hymn tomorrow. And what may most interesting about this hymn is its change of tense mid-hymn. So what you'll hear in these first 2 stanzas particularly is a story told in narration form, so third person, if you will. And then we see quotation marks, which quickly and clearly depicts a new voice, and it's intended to be the voice of God. And this leads to the conclusion of the hymn, where it is stated, and maybe most profoundly of any of our hymnody, I'll not, no, never desert or forsake you. And what powerful words those are. So hopefully we'll portray some of that power in the foundation here in How Firm a Foundation. So you can just feel the solid foundation and the grounding in that. Hopefully you enjoyed and maybe learned something this evening. If you're going to join us for worship tomorrow, of course, that will be at 10:30 on YouTube, as always. And our in-person services tomorrow would be at 8:30 and 11 in the sanctuary. Thanks so much. We'll hope to see you at one of those services. Take care.